Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Tuesday, the 7th of November. Labour leader Chris Hipkins has the support of many colleagues as he faces a confidence vote today. The caucus is meeting for the first time since the final election result was revealed. Former ministers Jan Tinetti and Aisha Verrall wouldn't reveal their votes as they entered the meeting.
Chris Hipkins has been a really good leader and has done a good job, but we're having a discussion today and I'll leave it at that.
Chris has done a great job and really in terms of the leadership, that's a discussion we'll be having in caucus.
Adrian Rurafe and Penny Henare say Hipkins has their vote.
Yes, he does. I think it's really important that today we as a Labour caucus look forward.
Chris Hipkins has my support. We've got a lot to talk about, but I do think it's time for a fresh start with respect to where Labour goes and what we do.
Meanwhile, David Parker, who had been rumoured to be considering the leadership, confirmed he wasn't running but refused to comment further.
The question of endorsement will come up. It's a matter between me and the caucus.
One colleague fully behind Hipkins is his former Finance Minister Grant Robertson. Meanwhile, Labour's Penny Henare, who lost to Tamaki Makaurau by just 4 votes to Te Pāti Māori's Takutai Tash Kemp, says he's decided he will be asking for a recount.
4 votes is too close not to. I was quite clear that if it was north of 50 votes, then I'd probably have a really good hard think about it, but 4 votes is too close to call, so we're going to ask for a recount.
Auckland police are investigating after a man was found dead inside an Ellerslie home last night. Officers were called to the property on Celtic Crescent at around 8 p.m. following a report of a man found unresponsive at the address. Joey Dwyer reports.
Detective Inspector Scott Beard says the death is being treated as unexplained and a scene examination is underway, which is expected to take a couple of days. A scene guard remains in place and the public can expect to see an increased police presence in the area.
Police are appealing for any information or sightings of a blue Kia Rio, registration NJN 927, last seen at the address. Air New Zealand's having to adjust its schedule due to engine maintenance by aerospace company Pratt & Whitney affecting some of its planes. Flights to Seoul and Hobart are on hold from April. Other flights will be reduced and aircraft will be moved between routes. Chief Executive Greg Foran says the engine checks could take 2 years.
Whilst there's no safety issue with the engines, taking them off wing and having them come off much quicker means that the workshops just don't have enough capacity to get them all checked quickly enough.
American comedian John Oliver is backing the Pūteki Teki for Bird of the Century. He's launched an international Lord of the Wings campaign and has put in a pitch for the bird on his show last week tonight. Competition runners Forrest and Bird took to social media, saying his campaign has brought in more than 10,000 votes overnight. Oliver is encouraging everyone, including those overseas, to back the bird.
This is what democracy is all about. America interfering in foreign elections.
To sport. Russian Ravindra, Kyle Jamieson, Glenn Phillips and Mitchell Santner have been recalled for 2 Black Caps cricket tests in Bangladesh this month. Neil Wagner, Blair Tickner, Doug Bracewell or Scott Kugelline missed out after featuring last summer. Alan Kerr can race the Melbourne Cup for now, but vets will inspect the horse's stone bruise again on course before the start. Former Blues forwards coach Tom Coventry and Wales international Stephen Jones have signed on as assistant coaches at Moana Pacifica for Super Rugby Pacific. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.